I'm David. Today I'd like to speak to you about how you can use some of the YNSA points to treat temporal headaches. As you know, a lot of patients come into the clinic suffering from migraines, headaches, even with not being diagnosed as a migraine. And a lot of times these headaches are occurring due to temporal tension in the temporal muscle, that the temporal muscle is contracted and there's a lot of tension in the muscle, and this is causing the headaches. And a lot of times all what you need to do is actually relieve the temporal muscle. So before I begin, I'd like to put a few things straight. I've been practicing YNSA for over 10 years. I've also been teaching it in the last 2 years, but I'm not the master of the system. The system was developed by Dr. Toshikatsu Yamamoto. And I'm actually using his points or his system to treat many other disorders that I found these points useful through the years of my experience. I see over 150 to 200 patients a week. So I'm using his points, but it's his system. He is the master. He's still alive today. But I'm using his points from my interpretation, how you can use these points to certain diseases, even internal diseases, and not only on musculoskeletal pain or neurological disorders. So that's just in general about the system. But here, let's go down to what I was wanting to speak to you about, points that you can use. So it's very easy and very simple to use these points. I'm going to share my screen so we can see what I'm speaking about. Share my screen. Okay. So you can see a bit of the PowerPoint, but I hope you can see my mouse moving. But actually what I want to show you is 2 points, which you can see here, the PC, which is the pericardium Ypsilon point, and the gallbladder point. These are the 2 major points to relieve temporal tension in the temporal muscle. To locate these points, it is very easy. The gallbladder point is very, very easy to locate. It is around the root of the ear, just above the root of the ear where the hallux and the cross of hallux meet. Just round about there, look for a lot of tension and sensitivity, and this point can be needle. So it's very, very easy. This is actually the YNSA Ypsilon gallbladder point. Sorry. Another point you can use which is pericardium. The pericardium point is a bit more difficult to locate. What you want to do is actually draw an imaginary line that runs from gallbladder 14 to do 17. Okay, that is the height where the point is located. And at the same time, you want to take the apex line, which you can see here. Okay, and the midway between the frontal hairline, the meeting point between the frontal hairline, as you can see here, and the apex line, on that line that is drawn between gallbladder 14 to do 17, this is where the point is located. A lot of patients that suffering from temporal headaches that are causing the temporal region, these areas are very, 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 very sensitive. And even by palpating them very softly, they will feel pain. So what I'm recommending is to palpate them, and even by palpating, they'll be very sensitive, and then insert the needle. Now, again, this is for medical practitioners. If you have a temporal headache and you're not a practitioner, please go see a doctor to see the reason for your disorders. Another point that needs to be needled. Now, these points, you can needle them bilateral or ipsilateral. If the headaches are occurring only on one side, you needle them ipsilateral. If they're on both sides, you needle them bilateral. Now, another point is YNSA basic point, A point. The A point treats the area between the head and the cervical spine. So up here you have A1, which is around the head region. Down here is C7, or A7, what you see. This point is located approximately, is 2 centimeter vertical line that is located approximately 1 centimeter lateral to the mid-sagittal line. And it begins from 1 centimeter into the hairline to 1 centimeter below the hairline. So the region which you're going to be looking for sensitivity more is around this area. or that's one way, and you look for the most reactive point and the point that is most sensitive. This point should be needled. Again, you can needle it ipsilateral to the side where the pain is occurring. This, go back. Okay, so that is it to it. If you want to see, you can see here, I'm going to region around bladder 2. I'm going up from about bladder UB2. Here I have my hairline. Okay, you can see if I contract the muscle, you can see two different types of muscles. This area from 1 centimeter into the hairline to 1 centimeter below the hairline is the A point. Okay, as you can see here. Also, you can see I have other videos which show the where the A point is located. And around here is the gallbladder point, which I showed you, Ypsilon. You look for sensitivity in this region. Okay, and the pericardium point is around about here. Okay, like I said, the frontal hairline, the apex line, the midway, you just above the temporal with it, the major depth of the temporal muscle in the center of the temporal muscle. It's very sensitive, so it's this point, and this point can be used to treat these disorders. That is it for today. Hope you have success with these points. Enjoy them. Thank you, and have a good day to all of you.